sorry, but this stupid young man would like to ruin his dinner by putting ketchup all over it. Would you mind helping him ruin his dinner?
Do I look okay, though? I don't habitually wear tweed. I think I look good, and that's what's important. There is no eating tradition more time-honored, more beloved, and perhaps more intimidating than the formal, authentic steakhouse. Equal parts comfort food and clubhouse, theater and tradition, and that's why I've come to Gallaghers. This nearly century-old icon here in New York, right by the theater district on 52nd Street, is sort of a temple to the great art of the New York steakhouse. And since the steakhouse is truly a national treasure, I'm gonna share my meal with a national treasure. 6-time Emmy winner, 2-time Golden Globe winner, 2-time Tony Award winner, Bryan Cranston. In fact, he is a Gallaghers regular, and he's gonna help walk me through the pitfalls and pro moves of the classic Gallaghers experience. I know, Bryan Cranston, it's crazy, right? Without further ado, let's go meet the meat.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me.
Of course.
When someone invites you to lunch, you accept.
That's a pro move. That's a pro move. Why are you a regular at Gallaghers?
I first became aware of Gallaghers many, many years ago, and the thing that caught my attention is what catches everyone's attention when they're walking down 52nd Street, the meat that you can see in the window that is curing. There's comfort to Gallaghers, the wood, the booths, and then you add the fact that they serve premium food, premium service. That's the winner right there.
There are steakhouse regulars. I mean, the folks at Gallagher knew you. Is one of the pro moves really getting to know the staff?
The owner, Dean Pohl, and his staff, they were so kind to me. Right down the street is the Neil Simon Theater. We moved into there 10 years ago to do the play about Lyndon Johnson called All the Way. One day, Dean is wheeling a cart over to the theater. All of a sudden, there's a door that said, Dean Pohl from Gallaghers is here. And I go, I didn't order food. He goes, he knows that. He just thought he'd bring something by. And my initial thought was, I don't eat between shows, but I smell the. Well, you know, let me just do a little. This is it. The one bite. That's it. Well, let me. I don't want to seem rude, so let me. I'll just do it. You know what? Thank you very much. Here we go.
Control.
Let's not fool anybody. I'm going to eat this. They're great guys, you know.
I did take the liberty of ordering a couple little appetizers, as the sage Eric Cartman famously said, appetizers, what you eat before you eat to make you more hungry. This is a little bit of a pro move that I personally like. So if I'm going to a steakhouse, I just want these charcoal steaks from here. I want that to be the main meat event. So I'll do things like shrimp cocktail, the wedge.
I'm gonna just dip.
Dip, please.
Yeah, come on.
This is one of my favorite sounds ever. Oh.
It's comfort food, and it's familiar, and it could take you back to your earliest dining experience as a boy, right?
I think that there are dishes of an era. The steakhouse is a classic, and these are steakhouse classics, no less than the steak themselves for me.
Have you thoughts on your entrees?
Yeah.
I have had several thoughts on my entrees. So what I was thinking is we sort of move in the both tenderness and marbling spectrum. So if we do something like a porterhouse, because it's a strip on the long side, filet on the other.
Perfect.
And then ribeye at the extreme marbling thing. So may we do that?
Yeah.
What is your doneness temperature?
It used to be medium rare when I was a kid, but I think over the course of generations, a medium now is how it used to be. It's still very pink in the middle.
Would you like to go medium? I've often gone medium rare, but sometimes I get a medium rare where I go, a good vet could get that going again. It's like pretty. Can we do like a medium rare to medium where it's a nice warm pink center?
Of course.
For me, cream spinach.
Cream spinach is always
essential, right?
It's always a great, you know.
And are you a potato guy?
Yeah,
I've heard the hash browns here.
Hash browns here are really good.
Thank you so much. My
Mario.
friend Sarah once wondered, why do people live in regular houses when there are steakhouses?
Wah, wah.
Oh yeah, I never said it was a good joke, but she did make it. Oh my word.
Bone ribeye.
Wow.
Oh, you did that correctly.
Kenwood.
Perfect.
From Sonoma.
Thank you.
Love it. I slosh it, and then occasionally I look at the side, and then you could just look at it from the heart to the tongue. You see it's kind of uniform from the heart to the tongue. Big smell. It's delicious. I'm not going to do the slosh because I find that obnoxious and somewhat odious. Why? Other people are eating there. Thank you so
Perfect.
much, Mario.
Thank you,
And
Mario.
thank you for serving.
Wow.
Looks wonderful. The smell of like marrow and smoke is just.
And the potatoes and the butter and the oh.
Cheers. What an honor
Good to see you, man.
to see you too,
Thank
brother.
you.
Nice legs. I still maintain that cream spinach is arguably the best steak condiment.
I can't disagree with that.
Right?
Because flavorful, but it doesn't steal the show.
What do you think of the steak?
Oh, that's so good.
Ridiculous, right? The porterhouse, to me, I like it because it's a little bit of the sampler platter. It's 2 steaks in one. The filet on the short side, filet mignon. When I was growing up, that was like the fancy person steak. Like
For
if
sure.
you went out, like,
That was the most expensive cut.
without question. That is part of the tenderloin, the filet mignon. It's a muscle, and it doesn't really work at all. So it's just perfectly supple, but there's just not a lot of fat. And then the strip is from the sort of short loin, not a muscle that works a lot, but has a little more fat. So there's the tenderloin, and the word sirloin is from the French, like sirloin, and it was like below the loin.
Didn't know that. I thought sirloin was a title. Sirloin.
Exactly. Tip your waitress, try the veal. Ryan will be back, and the 11 o'clock show gets a little blue. Don't bring your kids. All right, we are literally chilling at 38 degrees Fahrenheit in the beautiful, iconic meat locker here at Gallaghers. Handsome gentleman to my left is exec chef Brett Reichler. Did I pronounce
Yes,
that right?
sir. Perfect. So this is our short loin, and you can see it's dry, it's clean. I mean, smell that bad boy. You could just imagine what that's going to be like once it's on the grill. Dry aging is simply taking moisture out of the meat and helping it degrade, helping it technically rot slightly. You actually don't want to eat meat right out of the cow. It needs to break itself down a little bit to become tenderized. We dry age, we take some moisture out. Now we put it over this hot charcoal, and we're flaring up the flame, and we're getting this beautiful sear on the meat. You just get a lot of extra flavor.
He's got a lot of steaks to cook. We're gonna get out of here because let me tell you, the 30-day aged meat is not the only meat shrinking in a 36-degree room.
I like a moderate amount of marbling. I sometimes find Wagyu too rich.
Not a Wagyu fan. I am not one.
Too rich.
So eating
It's
butter.
like, whoa.
And this is part of my favorite cut on the whole animal. There's a cut called the spinalis. That is my pro move. If you ever hear it, the spinalis is the ribeye cap. And to me, that's got the marbling of the ribeye with the tenderness of the filet mignon.
I think we should dive into that.
Please, you want to take the inaugural cut?
Now, is there any proper way to cut a steak?
What a great question. Across the grain.
Across the grain.
Across the grain. So you can see,
So
for
you can
example, that
see-
grain is like, you can see it's going this way.
Yeah.
So cut right
I wanna
across
cut
that
this
muscle.
way. Okay.
You really hit on something. I think that steaks, to me, kind of exist in 2 continuums. Tenderness and flavor.
Uh-huh.
And like, which kind of comes from fat, let's be honest.
Yep.
So tenderness, filet mignon is king. And then flavor, something more like the rib steak or the ribeye. My cardiologist is en route.
Yep. They died. No. No hurry now.
Right here at the axis of the T, that's my absolute favorite bite because you get all of the essence of the bone
This
from
one in
there.
here?
I would say that or this guy
one here.
right here. Yeah,
That guy right there.
That's the Badger. Do you not find that there's a little bit more pronounced beef flavor?
There is.
It's just the proximity
call.
to the marrow, right? Not bad. I gave him a pro move. That's sick.
So now, when I order this, I'll give all my guests all this, and I'll say, well, I'll just take what's left here at the corner here. I'll sacrifice myself. Let's try the sauce. Have you tried the sauce?
No, I
yet?
haven't. I'm
yeah.
like apprehensive.
No, don't be. Take a chance. You'll like it. But it's just, don't drench it.
No, I just put it on the side.
Yeah. Like I have to tell you that.
No.
It's not like you coming out with a ketchup bottle, pop it on top of the steak.
People know that that's a faux pas, but let's just say theoretically, I am bringing a younger relative with me and they want it. Is that one of those things where if you develop a relationship with the server, you can go, the young man would actually like some ketchup?
Whisper to the waiter, sorry, but this stupid young man would like to ruin his dinner by putting ketchup all over it. Would you mind helping him ruin his dinner, please?
See, that's delivery dependent. That's what they say. That is a line of dialogue that is delivery dependent.
I think what makes a great New York restaurant experience is that it becomes more than the food experience. It becomes social. New York is a very social city. For all the good and bad that it presents, it forces you to engage. There is no disconnect in New York. You are in it. And it is alive, it is moving constantly, changing constantly. Some things last and remain, like Gallaghers has been here for I don't know how many years.
Nearly a century.
It's just unbelievable that that's the case. There you have it.
Things are classics for a reason. So show up accordingly, act accordingly, chew carefully and eat mightily and keep your elbows off the table. And don't do that weird wine sucking thing. It's
Cheers.
unnecessary.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Adam.
My sincere thanks to
Thank
you.
Appreciate that.